Hello,
Hi everyone, I'm Jermaine,
I'm Ash.
and welcome to the first episode of
The closing shift.
So this podcast has been a long time coming, right?
Yes.
Like we've talked about it a lot,
Yeah.
especially you. Like you've always wanted to do it since you started ahimsa.
Yeah, because I felt like I wanted to record all our experiences through the start of the business till the end. Record all our little experiences, meeting different people and stuff like that. But obviously it took us 3 years to get here. So yeah, but here we are.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the main reasons why you always wanted to start a podcast is also because you said like when you first started ahimsa, you didn't have like anywhere to look. Like, you didn't have like a specific person that you could just like watch their videos or listen to their podcast and be like, okay, this is what step to take, this is what step to take. You had none of that and you want to be that person.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think it's okay. I feel like starting a business in Singapore is very different from starting a business anywhere else. So the different steps you got to take and just experience through the business is it's really really very different. So a lot of videos and stuff that I watched was people starting businesses overseas, which couldn't really relate. So so like what you said, I really wanted to create like something that people can watch before they start a business or while they are through it, and I don't know, maybe we can share different tips and experiences and just feel like we have each other while doing it. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm glad we're finally here. Like you said, 3 years later, we're here. Um, yeah, and obviously, I think you guys know why we are starting it now, or at least what we're probably going to talk about. If you haven't seen or if you haven't heard of any of our announcements, Ahimsa is leaving Kentridge, our first ever home for, okay, we say 3 years, but it's been like 2+ years,
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
to 3. Um, and obviously, we'll get into that. We've been getting so many questions like, why, first of all,
Yeah.
why? Where you going, or like are you closing down? So many questions, and we've been telling everyone, okay, give us a second. Like we also need to collect our thoughts,
Yeah.
and we want to answer everything in one place. So obviously today we're gonna do that. But we were talking and we're thinking like, why not we start from the top?
Yeah.
Like as we all know, okay, we don't all know, but if you know Ash, you are like one of the most mysterious, or maybe not mysterious, very private. One of the most private people I know. Like you don't like sharing with people that, I mean, you share with people you're extremely comfortable with, and it
Yeah.
takes a lot. But you don't like sharing with just anybody you meet, unless you have a special connection. Like some people, like you really do connect with them, and not many people know about you, and not many people know what you do, and like. This is like a running joke in Ahimsa, by the way. Every time somebody comes in, right, and they look at us and just like, who is the boss? Like, who runs this place?
Yeah.
If Ash gets the question, she's pointing to like everybody but herself. So half of the world out there thinks like a different person runs Ahimsa.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna clear that up, okay?
Literally, half of them think Germ is the owner. Some people even think our part timers are the owners. Some people think Carrie's our owner. So I think it's just when people ask me the question, I just get really awkward and
Yeah.
I'm so okay, yes, no, I'm not gonna say myself. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah, but today we'll get into it.
yes,
I had to hold a knife. No, I'm kidding. I was gonna say hold a knife at your head, but I shouldn't say that.
cut it out, cut it out.
Okay. So maybe we start from like the basic, okay? Who? Okay, now you know who, but I'm just gonna ask. Who is behind Ahimsa and why was it started?
I mean, I definitely had this idea to start Ahimsa quite some time back. So the reason I started is because I think I just felt like there was a lack in food that was nourishing and delicious at the same time. Yeah, so at that time I felt like there was a lack of plant-based options as well.
Mm.
Yeah, so I decided to create like food that satisfied my cravings, was delicious, but at the same time made me feel good. You know, like yeah, because like to me I feel like there's like three main things that like keeps you balanced. It's like your nutrition, movement, and stillness. Yeah. So I wanted to create a space that kind of like brings all together.
Mm.
Yeah. So that was kind of like the idea behind ahimsa, like yeah, bringing like people together, allowing them to feel safe, comfortable, at the same time like eating food that's actually nourishing for you but also tastes good. And yeah, like having a space to just move without being judged and like finding stillness within.
Mm.
Yeah, so yeah, that's kind of like why I started ahimsa and
Yeah.
what ahimsa is like. Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah. But do you feel like was okay, maybe not but was there a specific turning point that really pushed you to do this? Because I know like this ahimsa, like the concept and everything that you just explained has lived in your brain for long before you started.
Yeah.
But like what pushed you to do this? What pushed you to take the first step?
Yeah, I think like I've always like what you said. I've always had this idea of doing this, like bringing people together, making people feel good, feel loved, and stuff like that. But I think like the main thing that like kind of brought me to like do this was because I went through like a huge moment in my life. Like I was like feeling really
A
like
nice way to put it.
yeah, I was feeling really shitty, and like felt like there was like no escape, there was no control within me. So yeah, so there was that period of time I was just like traveling a lot,
Mm.
um like meeting new people, like learning about new cultures, learning about loads of different things. And I think one of my stops was at Vietnam, and I did my yoga teacher training there. Yeah, so at this period, like I spent a couple of months there and I learned a lot of things about yoga and also learned a lot about food.
Mm.
Yeah, which was really cool because like I think like it takes a lot to convince me to believe something.
Mm.
So I need like all this like scientific reasoning and facts, and like I kind of need to experience it,
yeah.
to really believe something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of what happened there. So I like experienced the good food, the movement, the stillness, and a lot of knowledge also. Like I learned a lot there. There was like a lot of yeah, scientific research that was being taught. And yeah, so when I was there I like realized that whoa, like this shit really changed me, you know, like this kind of like moved me in a way where like I didn't expect it to.
Mm.
And it brought me to realize like damn, like you know, if you just focus on yourself, you know, like take some time for yourself to really look inwards and nourish yourself from the inside, your life can really change. You know, like it's like a perspective like shift that you go through, and you like them, you know, like you kind of like see the world in a different lens. Yeah, so yeah, that was kind of like the moment I was like, I can't wait to go back and share this with my friends. Yeah, although it was like really scary because like how do I convince my friends that, you know, like I feel like at that age, like we just want to have fun. No one really cares about shit like that, you know. So like, how do I like bring this concept to people? You know, I was very nervous about it.
Yeah.
But
And when you went, you were like 20, right?
yes,
Yeah, like
or
19,
even
turning
younger.
20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like a bit nervous, and I came back. I was like, shit, how am I gonna convince people? Like,
Yeah.
people gonna think I'm a bit, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? As your friend, and like I can vouch for this story. Okay, first of all, it's real.
Thank you.
And second of all, like I saw you, I literally saw you right before you left, like at the airport and also before. And I saw you after you came back. Like that shift was real.
Yeah.
It was like you were different. Like when you went in, honestly, you were so sad.
Yeah.
Like you were just sad. Like it's not even in like a bad way. Like okay, not that's not in a bad way. Not in a shady way. Like oh, she's
Yeah.
a sad person. It's not. You were just truly like your energy was just sad.
Yeah.
But after you came back, like that like there was a different like excitement about you?
Yeah,
There was a shift.
I think it's like nothing particularly made me sad, but it was because like I just had like so many questions. I felt like I didn't have control of my body. I felt like I didn't have control of like my thoughts, my mind, like a lot of little small things, which made
Yeah.
me so like like I was questioning everything. Like
Mm.
like in that moment I was like questioning my purpose, questioning this, like why do I ever wake up in the morning? Like like a lot of yeah, a lot of like intense things which made me really like I mean I could honestly like you knew that side of me, but like whenever I went out into the world I would just put it behind. Then I'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna think about it, I'm just gonna have a fun time, blah blah blah. Like but like the true me was like searching for something, like yeah, or like I think honestly like after coming back I think I was truly just craving time for myself, and I was really craving that love and care that I should be giving to myself, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, so that long period of time that I spent in Vietnam, I had all that time to properly like look inwards, understand myself, connect with myself, take
Mm.
care of myself, kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah, so really like slowing down, like eating the right foods, like moving the right way, like sitting still was so hard. Like like that's actually really really hard to do, to just sit
I
down with your
agree.
thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I think like that was honestly what I was craving, like
Mm.
that whole package of like setting everything up for you to look inwards kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And like it's so special because I feel like when somebody like meets you and talks to you, they know that you really believe in what you're
Mm.
doing. But at the same time, it still like boggles my mind because people believe in a lot of things. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah.
Everybody has like their own thing. But it really takes a lot of discipline and like that action to just go and start it.
Yeah.
And at that point, like when you went and you came back, you were like 19, 20. When you started ahimsa, you were 23.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people ask you this, but I'm just gonna ask you as well. Like what are some of the challenge? I know there's a lot, but what are the challenges you face like being a young entrepreneur, especially when you were just starting out?
Oof. Honestly, like quite a lot. Like, okay, where do I start? I think apart from the fact that I was constantly comparing myself to more like experienced entrepreneurs, or like older entrepreneurs who had just life experience, right? Rich in like life experience.
Or money.
Oh, money.
Lots of
Hmm.
money.
Yep, yep, yep. I also felt like can't think of the right word, but like judged by a lot of people that were already in the industry. So like people that I had to talk to every day to like get my business running, or had to communicate with to allow my business to continue growing, or like continue like operating, right? Yeah, so like a lot of times like just people who treat you really differently, and it's just because of your age.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an example, it was like when I first got this unit, like I was so excited. I came down by myself and to collect the keys. And then at that time, I think like two other friends joined me as well, who were part of the team. And it was so like it was such an exciting feeling for us, right? We were all like, oh my goodness, like we are finally here after like a few months of planning. And like to me, I was like, I can't believe like I literally just like used every single cent I had in my bank. I like maxed out on the bank loans. I like borrowed money from my parents, using all this money to like create this space. Although our space looks really small, it's a lot of money. But like I was like in that moment, I was like, I'm so excited to collect the keys to our first home, right?
Yeah, of course.
And the person who passed the keys to me like dangled the keys on top of my head and was like, are you sure you can do this? Like
Every time I hear this story, it makes me so angry.
Yeah, and I was right at this spot, by the way.
Like, it makes me want to throw up.
It was so like in that moment, I was like, "What do you mean?"
Like taunting you with the keys that are yours.
Yeah, we already went through all the processes and everything. Like, obviously, like I signed up for this, right? Like, I know it's gonna be tough. I didn't say it's gonna be like an easy ride or whatsoever, but
Yeah.
like in that moment, I was just like, "Damn, this is the start." Like,
Yeah, and you literally haven't like gotten the keys yet. And
yeah,
it's already happening.
exactly. But I think it was like honestly a wake up call for me. Like, it kind of prepared me for the ride in the sense where not everything is gonna go smoothly and not everything's gonna go my way. Like,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be, even though it's such a small thing, right? Like people dangling keys over your head. It's like, uh, yeah. It's sometimes it feels like it's such a small thing.
Distasteful.
Yeah, but it's just like in the moment you're like, damn. Like if I was 10 years older, this person would have never done that to me.
Yeah. Or if you're like a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, like honestly.
It's true.
And like the thing is like it's so wild because okay, I mean you're still young.
Mm.
Like you're still in your 20s and our entire team just presents young. Like we are young,
Yeah,
but people
yeah.
people see us as like really young.
Yeah.
And like even now, like when we go for events or like pop-ups or booths that we're invited to do.
Mm.
Sometimes even when they're literally paying us to cater and we go there, like you can still see the judgment.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of people like don't know how to hide their shock. But we've never cared.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
So okay, maybe you can share like some of the challenges that you face, like starting a business during the pandemic,
Yeah.
operating through the pandemic, and
Mm.
like where we are now, like powering through it. What are some challenges or maybe some anecdotes that you can share?
Yeah, I think the reaction we always get is like why during the like COVID period, like why during the pandemic.
And people always say everybody was closing during the pandemic. Why you want to open?
Yeah, and like I must say, right, to be very completely honest, like opening a business during the pandemic was really hard because we couldn't predict anything. We don't know if tomorrow everything will be shut down. We don't know if like we were not allowed to operate anymore. You know, like there was like so many of these questions. But the reason why I was like, okay, we gotta do it. It was a very like a now or never moment. But also because I felt like it was really important. Like I felt like this is what people needed during the pandemic. Like food that nourishes you, food that has like good stuff in it, you know, like stuff that's gonna help you with your immune system or like just help you feel good, you know, like, and yeah, so like I was just like at the moment I was like, okay, I had a decision to make. Like, do I push this back or should I just go for it? At the same time in my head I was like, what if this is the new normal? You know, like I don't know. We didn't know anything, right? We didn't know if everything was gonna go back to normal. We didn't know if we're just gonna be in this moment for a bit. So I think I just went for it. I was just like, you know what? Let's just try it out. Yeah, but it was really really scary because like we are actually located in a hospital. So like when we first opened, it was like no dine-ins. It was just on takeaways and deliveries, and also like
Which is wild.
yeah, it was
Wild.
I can't even imagine that right now. Like that's really like whoa.
Mind boggling.
Yeah. And also like there were days where they said like there were no visitors, you know, to the hospital, so people were not coming to buy food, you know, and like even the doctors and surgeons and nurses couldn't cross buildings, so they couldn't cross over to like come to this outlet to buy something. They had to stay like within their levels, stay within their wards. Yeah, so like it was really like wild. Like we just came to work on some days and we just sat down and just looked at each other like,
So what happened today?
yeah, how are you doing? Like, you know, yeah. But
Yeah.
I think we kind of braved through it. Like,
You just never give up, literally.
yeah,
I just refuse to give up.
I refuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, I really like I just believed in what we were selling so much that I was
Yeah.
just like, I'm not gonna give up. Like there was a moment where we were given the choice to just let go of the lease because like that's how bad it got. Yeah. But I mean obviously we had to pay a penalty if we did, but like
Of course.
but I was just like no, because I truly believe that this is what I would want during this period.
Mm.
Yeah. So we just didn't give up.
Mm.
Our whole team just sat together and we just thought of every single creative way possible to get this out there, like keep pushing our stuff through deliveries, through social media, or like walking around this area and just like talking to people, like yeah, like honestly we just tried everything we could.
Mm.
Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of how we sustained, to be honest. We really just tried every
Just
single possible.
persistence, pure persistence. I guess you just adapted to what was allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the years.
It was like I didn't even have to think of buying furniture.
Yeah.
That was where we were at. And then like when they finally said they were gonna lift off that phase, right? Where
Oh yeah, the different
yeah.
phases.
So when they allowed dining, I was just like, okay, now I need to go and rush and like buy furniture.
Furniture.
I was like ordering online. I was like, oh no, like what fits, what Yeah. So I think like what you said, like we really just kind of adapted. Yeah. So whatever came, we were just like, okay, what do we do now?
Yeah.
How can we improve? How can we figure it out?
You've been doing this now 2+ years and through so many changes, so many different scenarios. What are your main takeaways from the past 2+ years?
Ooh,
Especially as a young entrepreneur and like facing the things that you faced. A young first time entrepreneur, man, I add.
this shit is not easy lah. To be honest, like
Yeah.
I mean, starting a business is not easy, especially like okay, not especially, but I feel like all businesses aren't easy. But I think being in the F&B line, like, is really tough in a sense because it is like physically taxing as well, and like mentally taxing as well. So it's like I gotta be there making coffees, making bagels, like making sandwiches, but at the same time I've gotta like figure out my accounts, figure out the social media, like figure out this, figure out that. So it's like it's not easy. Like I mean, it's kind of what you sign up for as a business owner, I guess. But yeah, just the experience is not as easy. But I do feel like with a good team, with people that supports you through it, and like a good support system, like I think anyone can kind of like go through the difficult times lah. Yeah. So yeah, I think my one of the biggest takeaways would be like to find your support system or find what works for you. Like like some people like honestly thrive on their own.
Yeah.
So like find what
Not
works
me.
for you. Yeah, like yeah, keep your friends close and like I don't know, like just find things that keeps your momentum going. Because like, as much as you like could love your business and like all for it, like sometimes it gets dry or sometimes it becomes so like routine based, right?
Yeah.
You get tired, there's no excitement anymore, there's no like motivation anymore, so like you got to keep yourself motivated, keep yourself like excited for things. Yeah, so I think that's what I think I love about ahimsa, because like we are always trying to do something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time something gets a little like we are like, okay, let's switch
New
it up.
recipe, new
Yeah.
menu, new
Yeah.
video, new podcast.
New everything, like we gotta keep it like excited. Don't know if they like me for it, but yeah, if not, it's like every day just come to work and you do the same thing over and over again. Like that
That's true.
gets really like ugh.
That's very true.
Yeah, so I think like keeping it like fun, fresh, and exciting always helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think maybe another main thing would be people managing is not as easy as you think. Yeah, I think it's like me being young as well. It's like I'm also managing my own emotions,
Yeah.
my own expectations, managing my own like concepts, ideas, knowledge, like still learning things as I go, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, like having to um to just say bluntly, like tell people what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that's kind of tough also. Like, how do you say it? When do
Yeah.
you say it? How much information do you give someone?
Mm.
You know, like small things like that. And also, like, you don't know who's gonna walk in that day, be it customer or like the people that you work with, right? Your team. Like, you don't know where they are at in life. You don't know what's going on.
Mm.
Like, so there's a lot of different factors I feel like you gotta take note of. I mean, at least for me, like I guess some people feel like a business, you don't have to care about it. Like, you know, you just run the way you wanna run it. But to me, I feel like emotions and like how people are doing is important. Like I want my team to do well, be good, and like I mean, like
Mm.
be happy and like you know, like yeah, work well as a team as well.
Yeah.
So I care kind of like a lot about that. So I guess like trying to learn how to manage that was like a big lesson for me also.
Mm.
Yeah, knowing what works for the team. Yeah.
Mm. Period. Like, honestly, thanks for sharing. I'm learning so much. Okay, now that we've gone through all, I think anyway, if you guys have any other questions, just let us know. But this is what I hear from people all the time. So I'm just asking, like, what I know people really want to know about you and about ahimsa.
Mm.
But now, before we go into the present,
Yeah.
okay, let's do a little segment
Ooh. Exciting.
that we would love to call Shot O'Clock, Shot O'Clock.
Wow.
Ooh. Okay, so what's gonna happen in this segment essentially is I'm gonna ask Ash like a couple of, maybe not a couple, a bunch of maybe slightly uncomfortable questions for her to answer. Maybe not uncomfortable lah. What do we call it? What do we call it? Provocative? What do we call it?
Provocative.
Controversial,
Oh my
maybe.
gosh.
Now, okay, I'm just gonna answer some questions, and you can either answer the question honestly, or take a shot if you don't want to answer. Okay, but can I ask where you poured to?
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna drink by myself. If I take
The drink, the stupid.
sorry,
Not
after
stupid. I love the drink. I didn't mean to say that as well. I'm just saying, why am I drinking if I don't answer? Oh,
I'm so sorry. After being friends for like 368 years, if I take a shot, you take a shot.
by the way, we've been friends for really 368 years. We're not gonna show you the pictures because I had bangs.
Oh, I had straightened bangs. Let's
Oh
not
my God.
even.
I didn't think we were gonna go there.
Okay, no.
I
let's
sacrificed
not.
my bangs. Again. I don't know. I sacrificed my bangs. I don't know why I had to sacrifice your straightened bangs.
That was too much.
That was a while.
Let's not go there.
Okay. All right. First question:
I'm nervous. Ding ding ding.
Carrie's breast milk or cow's milk?
Carrie's breast milk. Duh. That shit delicious.
I knew you were gonna say Carrie. Honestly, every
Cow's
time
milk.
I mention Carrie's breast milk, right, her answer is too like enthusiastic.
Honestly, it's damn good. It's like a bit vanilla vibes, and like honestly, I don't want to drink cow's milk.
Wait, period. Okay, next. What's the worst vegan food you've had in Singapore? Spit it out.
The shot's smelling great. I can't do it. Time for a shot. Look at my cute shot glass. It's a little birdie.
Cheers.
Mmm. Mmm. Tastes like health.
Yeah, about the sediments. Okay.
This one has extra turmeric because like I wasn't feeling really good last week, so I made myself a
Yeah.
whole bottle.
Ooh. Okay. If you have to drink after this, just drink it from the cup.
No, because you're gonna drink with me.
Are you gonna pour again?
Yeah. Okay, wait. Let me prepare.
Okay, you pour. I'm just gonna ask you the question, okay? Alrighty. Next up. Why you turn away for this question? I really want you to face the front.
scared. Why you must say that?
Because this question is so funny to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Guys, this shot is spicy AF.
I feel it in my bones.
Where's your spoon now?
I'm ready.
Management sucks. True or false?
True.
Okay. Working with friends, yes or no?
Yes.
Last question.
Woo.
Who's the worst employee you've ever had?
I can't do it.
Alright, take the shot then.
Take it with me. Cheers.
But I know the answer.
Shh. Secret.
The answer is me. Kidding.
It is. Oh. Oh, that one.
I know you're watching this, by the way. Anyway, that's our first shot o'clock.
Feeling so buzzed.
Feeling fiery. It's very spicy. Okay. Now let's get into like what people are very curious about now.
Okay.
As we said, we've been having like a whole flood of questions in our DMs, especially, but also even like WhatsApp, like email,
The email.
website, which like we honestly were damn touched about because part of us, like when we were going to announce it, we were like, would anybody care? I mean, obviously we know, like we love our regulars and people who like travel to come support us and everything, right?
Yeah.
But there's always still that doubt, like, would they care?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even though we know they will, it's just like, I guess it's a natural thing. So the first burning question that everybody has been asking, why are we leaving? Why are we leaving NUH?
Where do I start? I think, I think that's one of the reasons. There's the water pipes in the walls.
I feel like I laughed too loud for this mic.
You know they know.
Continue.
Okay. I think. I think.
Think I like this.
It was in my head. I had to mute it so hard. No,
I
it's
did
gonna
not,
be really.
I did not mute. Okay, why are we leaving?
Okay.
Honestly, why is IMSA leaving?
I think like one of the main reasons is because our lease ended. So we've like been here for 3
Fact
years.
check is true.
Yes. We've been here for 3 years and our lease is coming to an end. So it like I guess it kind of forced us to think like, do we want to continue here? Of course, I would love to. I feel like being here, obviously our first space and like just everyone here has been like really amazing. Our customers and yeah, our experience here has been like beautiful and like I think it's really like kind of like
Bittersweet.
bittersweet and but unfortunately we had to decide to leave Kenridge because of the rental. It's really really high and because we serve food of quality and the cost of our goods are really high, it just didn't make sense. Like we could increase the price, but how high can we go?
Yeah.
I think like quite a lot of people also have mentioned like example like our is like really expensive because bleep that
Our-
please bleep
yeah.
our spicy chicken burger
Yeah.
is really expensive. Like yes it is, but it is also 100% lion's mane mushroom and it's like a lot of preparation, marination, like preparing the making the textures right,
Yeah.
and there's no added anything to it, like no fillers. So
Yeah.
because of like stuff like that, we do feel bad, but we have like no choice but to
Yeah.
keep it at that price, you know.
Yeah.
People who get it, they get it lah. People who know, like they understand it, but it's just that because of our location, we also get a lot of people who are much older and like we also don't want them to be paying so much.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so bad. I love my uncle and aunties. They are the
100%.
best. Yeah, so yeah, I think like it was like a lot of this and that and just trying to figure out how we can carry on and came to a point like maybe this location doesn't serve us as well. Yeah, because space wise and of course of all the pricing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like the main reason why we feel like we gotta leave Kenridge. Like we really want to go back to the original plan as well, to create a space like kind of like a wellness hub where we focus not just on the nutrition part but also on the stillness and the movement. Yeah, so we really wanted to create that space. So
Why not
yeah,
now? Right?
yeah,
Like the least ending, like why not now?
yeah, because
Yeah.
like when like we mentioned earlier, like when we had the opportunity to start a business itself, it was during the pandemic, so it didn't make sense to go so big, and it didn't make sense to, yeah, like, and it was my first business. I didn't honestly didn't know what I was doing. I was just like reading stuff from books and watching YouTube videos to like learn how to do everything, which was absolutely wild. But yeah, we just try our best, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's kind of the main bulk of why we are leaving Kenridge.
Yeah, it's really just that.
Yeah, it's very sad to be honest, but
Yeah. And then the next burning question,
mm,
which we actually might have gotten more than the first question actually. Is ahimsa closing down for good? Or are we moving to a new space?
we are closing down. Just kidding, we're not. Happy April Fools.
It's May now.
Okay, yes. Okay, so yeah, we're not closing down for good. We will be moving. Yeah. Yay! We'll be moving to Tanjung Pagar.
Tanjung Pagar.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, we're going to Tanjung Pagar, and I think at Tanjung Pagar you can really it's just gonna be our next step to this whole business venture. We are planning to create that whole wellness hub space. So there's gonna be yoga, there's gonna be food, there's gonna be space to chill. Yeah.
And we can't wait for you all to come, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really excited. Like I
And
think
scared, but
super scared, like super nervous about everything.
yeah.
Because it's like it's our next big step.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think yeah, it's like we just really want to like create a space that people can come and chill and
Yeah.
be comfortable.
Yeah.
And
You
like
don't even have to do anything, honestly.
yeah.
Just come hang out for real.
Yeah, and like yeah, like, and I think especially like for the yoga classes also, we really just want to create a space where people feel comfortable. Because like, you know, there's like this whole thing where like
Oh my god, what should I wear to yoga?
yeah, like, it's not about how you look on the mat.
No.
Yeah,
Never.
and it's never about if you're hitting the pose or nothing like that. It's really about you and the mat and what your body is comfortable with for that day. Because yesterday you could have done something.
Yeah.
Today it could be different. Yesterday
Yeah.
you couldn't have done something. Today it could be different.
Correct.
Yeah. So really a space to just unwind, relax, take a chill pill,
Yeah.
be comfortable. No, but honestly, like I think it's been a ride.
Yeah.
There's so many ups and downs, so many tears,
Yeah.
but also so many like happy moments. Like our
Yeah.
first tip, I will never ever forget. The first time I hear the clink clang in our glass tip jar, like me and Carrie at the back, we were literally like screaming because like
Aww.
that's so wild. Like someone would tip
Yeah.
us, you know? Yeah.
We've got a lot planned. And we hope you stick with us.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching our first ever episode of The Closing Shift.
Closing shift.
Okay.
See you next shift.
See you the next shift.